So welcome to another episode with the farmer. So in this video, we actually wanted to talk about poultry and fish. So we want to compare the two. If you are interested in going to poultry and you are contemplating or to go into fishery, so we want to talk about the advantage and the disadvantages of going into the two. If you decided to go into poultry, this video is for you. If you decided to go into fish, this so in this video we're going to explain why the advantage of one over the other. So let's start. So the first one advantage fish have over poultry is environmental friendly. So now let me explain. Fish, if you are interested in going to fish and you are in a resident area, it is easier for you to start because it doesn't have a lot of smell. Like you can easily either to build a concrete pond, you can use a big bath, you can use a storage, cut off the head of a storage to start rearing your fish, and it will not smell within the area. Yes, it won't smell compared to poultry. So now if you are in a resident area, you wanted to start a poultry, you have to consider the environment hazard, as in the smell of the feces of the birds that you are going to rear. So that's the first advantage of going into fishery compared to poultry. So the second advantage fish has over poultry is mortality and disease rate. Like in poultry, we have a lot of diseases that can actually attack your pen, and boom, everything is gone. But in fish, that is not really common, in the sense that, for example, the mortality in fish, if you are encountering any mortality in fish, there is a substitute to it, in the sense that if you discover that your fish is dying, you can easily smoke them, and that will not make you to run at loss. But in poultry, that can happen if your bird has not reached a certain age where they can easily sell off. If disease enter, it is a total loss for that farmer. So that is why the mortality rate and disease in poultry is higher compared to fish. So now the third aspect is technicality. Seriously, when it comes to fish, it requires small technicality, in the sense that if you follow the guideline, like if you have a pond, the only thing you needed to do understand that the time you are feeding them, and you feed them maybe in the morning or you feed them in the evening. I mean, I'm talking of fish right now. But when it comes to poultry, it's required that you have to undergo some process, like you have to brood. If you don't know how to brood, you have to take your time to learn the process of brooding. You have to know the time you're going to give them vaccine. You have to know the time you're going to give them antibiotic. You have to know the time you're going to give them injection. So you have to know how you need a guideline that you are going to use to manage through the the process of rearing those birds. That will require you consulting a vet doctor to for more explanation. At times they will even have to come to examine your bird if you have having because if any of this go wrong in poultry, you might lost your bird. You might lose your bread. That is just it. You might lose your bread. So poultry requires a lot of technicality and understanding and good observation. But when it comes to fishery, it requires a small observation. Like you just have to notice some little things about the way the fish are behaving, and of course, you will discover that you can easily get a solution to those things by giving them small antibiotic and stuff like that. So, and fish don't really have much stress compared to poultry. So now that's the third one. The fourth one right now is theft. What do I say? Theft. Now, if you are looking at it in the sense that it is easier for thief to come and steal uh, your poultry. Of course, it's easier compared to the stress they are going to undergo before saying you wanted to steal fish in a pond. Because before you say you wanted to steal fish in a pond, first of all, you must drain the water and you must pack it. You know, look at the time you're going to take before you drain the water. So it's not something that you are going to do within, like, you sneak in and take like 3 or 4, no, come back the following day. No, no. Even if you are going to use hook and line and hook to be picking them, you know, it's not going to be easier, because picking them is not going to be easier for you, definitely. So that is why it is understandable that theft in poultry is higher, compared to theft in fish. So now let's go to number 5 now. So now the number 5 aspect of it is feed substitute. What did I say? Feed substitute. Now, feed substitute in the sense that in poultry, you have to understand that you must follow the guidelines of feeding. You start with, yeah, broiler broiler starter or chick starter. Now you go into grower, either to finisher or into to layers, depending on what you are doing. Now, you have to maintain that. There's no any other substitute for that. Because if your birds start laying now, you now say you wanted to change, if you don't have money to go and buy feed for them, you now say you wanted to change feed or you wanted to substitute feed for them, it's going to affect them automatically. It's going to affect them. There is no any other substitute when it comes to poultry feed. There's no other substitute. You just have to maintain what you are giving them. Though you might use some other this thing, that will be at the early stage when they are growing, not when they have attained a particular stage. Like if you are, if you are really layers or broiler breeders, so now you have to maintain it that. But when it comes to fish, like fish, you have a substitute for fish. You can decide to use maggot to feed them. If you don't have money, you can decide to go for maggot. You can decide to go for dead carcasses of any animal that died. You can just prepare it in such a way that you just feed them. They are going to eat it. Unhatched egg, they are going to eat it. So that is, you have a substitute for fish. But when regarding feeding, but for poultry, nah, you still have to follow the normal procedure. So that is that. So no, it is important that you understand these two. If you have decided to go into any of these any of these farming, please comment in the comment section, and let's see how we can actually assist in helping you to set up your farm. And don't forget to like this video, don't forget to turn on notification bell, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Please don't forget to also share this video for someone that might interest in going into farming. Farming is sweet. This is how we can actually produce our own food here in Africa, and we will be glad that we are into farming. So thank you, and see you in my next video.